Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Andy, and today we're going to review Sea of Stars. Sea of Stars by developer Sabotage Studio is a throwback to the classic turn-based RPGs. Your story will begin with Zale and Valere, two solstice warriors tasked with protecting the world from dwellers and the one feared by all, the Fleshmancer. Followed by your companion Garl, you will set out on an adventure that will lead you across a sea where you'll encounter many new characters and challenges. I want to start by saying I thoroughly enjoyed the combat system in this game. While it's not something new or revolutionary, it's still very fun in my opinion. There isn't a set way to dispatch of your enemies. Instead, you will be able to attack weaknesses in a variety of different ways. Your magic skills are also very important against powerful foes. You will use your magic powers to keep enemies from unleashing devastating attacks. You can also pummel them with normal attacks that will build up mana orbs that will also allow you to counter with your own devastating attack. But you think that's all? Nope. You're even equipped with combo attacks that'll let your characters team up to perform some wicked cool combos on the enemy. Attacks also vary between single targets and multiple targets, so it's important to strategize when you're fighting against larger groups. If you're quick enough, you can even get in a preemptive strike on your foe, dealing a bit of damage and causing them to drop those orbs. You never feel like outmatched in a fight either. Now, you won't be on cruise control, and you'll have to carefully plan out your attacks along with your heals, but it's not often that you'll have to do this and, things won't seem dire. You'll be able to round out your characters with the leveling system that will give you the option to upgrade additional health, damage attack, magic defense, and so on. I made my character Garl a tank because if one of your characters gets into too much trouble, you can always swap them out during their turn. And, I would swap out to Garl and, then I would have him kicking some butt. I love when the devs implement this into combat, by the way. It's really cool. It makes sense to me, to not be limited to only a few characters during combat. I mean, they traveled there together, so might as well fight together. Outside of combat, you'll be roaming around a la the likes of Final Fantasy, and the game this is going to get compared to Chained Echoes. Traversing the land feels great with your character as you get to climb, jump, swim, and even grapple yourself across gaps. You'll also need to pay attention for plants and fruits and other edible items, as you'll be able to cook these up as a meal at campfires. This is one way you'll be able to heal yourself, gain new mana, magic, whatever, in and out of combat. Oh, and you can fish at certain locations to get ingredients as well. That's always kind of fun. There's different varieties of fishes, different areas to fish in, and it even keeps track on a little board of, what fish you're collecting and what you've caught and stuff and everything. It's pretty cool. I like to fish. It's, kind of basic, but it's fun. I mean, isn't fishing in games always fun? It is to me. Well, let me also say that the artwork in this game is stunning. From the characters, the scenery, the backdrops, to the amazing animated cutscenes, Sea of Stars doesn't hold back in its beauty. It's the little things as well, such as your characters that will do subtle movements outside of combat, or when you're just, standing still and they'll do a little something. The attention to detail is top notch and definitely a highlight in this game. Okay, so the game looks great. We know that. The controls in the game are actually pretty great as well. They run really smooth. And guess what? It has a really well put together story. You're going to get some fantastic storytelling, drama, joy, happiness. Is that the same thing? I'm pretty sure. Comedy, and even some heartfelt moments. Yes, even though Sea of Stars starts off a little slow, the game is built around a wonderful story about perseverance and friendship. I personally loved when I finally met up with the pirates in this game. Talk about taking my adventure to the next level. Here we're introduced to the characters that not only have their own unique personalities, but they offer some of the best humor in the game. The captain's name is Captain Cliche, which is hilarious in my opinion. And I won't ruin anything else because it's just great watching the shenanigans unfold with these characters. Of course, this all leads to, you get in a ship and being able to sail around the world, this beautiful, cool, great world, yada, yada, yada. You won't be able to adventure on each island right away, but it's for good reasons. And just go ahead and admire the beauty of this game. Alright, so you're getting the gist of the game so far, right? And that leads me to the puzzles in this game. I want to thank the devs here for a second, because these puzzles, while not insanely complicated, they still give you a challenge at times. Starting off, you'll have some very easy puzzles to solve, and that's basically warming you up for what's to come. Again, nothing is mind-blowing difficult, but I really enjoyed these well thought out puzzles. Some later in the game are just, they're just so cool. They're so much fun to actually do. I'm not much of a puzzle guy, but these are pretty great in this game. And speaking of difficulty, you will be able to obtain these relics, which provide you with options to fine-tune your playthrough. Interesting, huh? Well, these relics will let you change things, such as when you're attacking, you can time a hit so it basically becomes a double hit and it does more damage. Well, same thing, same premise goes for blocking. Blocking an attack as well. The relic will make it to where it's almost an automatic that this happens in your favor. It kind of helps you, these relics kind of help you tinker with the difficulty of the game, if you need it. Won't spoil any of the other relics that, that you can find and discover, but, just go ahead and know that some of them are pretty cool and useful at times. Now I've talked about the story and gameplay and traversing the land. But another thing that stands out in this game is actually a game within the game called Wheels. It is 100% worth playing, and you can even play it casually, or you can go at the champion at his own table. I'm not going to describe this game for you, because figuring out how to play the game is part of the fun. Just know that if you're anything like me, you're going to spend hours and hours sitting at this table playing. Also, you can get gear. You can gear yourself out in this game with swords and armor and rings? Bracelets? What is it? I can't, I think rings and bracelets. Anyways, these will give you, you can get boosts to your stats by collecting these. Each character can carry different ones. Multiple ones, and you can also get the bracelets, the little gold ones, that will give you such things as you can read an enemy's HP, or some of them will give you can read an enemy's HP and weaknesses and what they're strong against and everything else, but not against boss fights. Just know that none of these will apply to boss fights. Sea of Stars is easily one of my favorite games this year. From the story to the combat to the amazing characters, There wasn't much I didn't enjoy about this game. Fishing and a mini game was just, it was icing on the cake for me. I could have used a tad bit more progression with the leveling system, but the game is so well balanced that you never really feel overmatched, and it just doesn't feel, it just doesn't seem to matter. I spent a ton of time fishing and playing the Wheels game, and that's probably why I had a ton of hours put into this game. 30 plus, if I remember correctly. It was a bunch. Sea of Stars is, it's just that much fun to play, and the characters will be with me for a long time. And just thinking about those dang pirates that just cracks me up every time. I highly recommend you play this game if you're a fan of the genre, and even if you're not, just play it. It's just fun. No doubt Sea of Stars will be in contention for Indie Game of the Year. Book it. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. I enjoyed Sea of Stars very much. I played it on the PS5, and I feel so fortunate to be able to get this game and review it. It's a great game. I had a lot of fun playing it. And yeah, go out there, get you a copy, and play the game. It's a lot of fun. And until next time, I will see you in the next video.